I'm Mark Sippick, Crocker Farm Auction. I'm here to talk about a great example of West Virginia pottery that we'll be offering in our upcoming auction. This flower pot was made by the venerable West Virginia potter David Greenland Thompson, probably the most famous West Virginia potter outside of maybe Alexander P. Donahoe of Parkersburg. The Thompsons potted in Morgantown for several decades of the 19th century, and by the mid-1880s, an elderly David Greenland Thompson made a handful of items like this, which are really remarkable, almost art pottery pieces that were painstakingly made and, as the story goes, were given to family members and other family friends. Weren't really production items, more of a type of token of appreciation or gift or presentation type piece. You can see this piece from the outside looks like it's entirely molded, that this was made in a two-piece mold, and these pine cones were applied and made into a molded object. But you can actually see from the inside it is wheel thrown. So he threw this hanging flower pot on the wheel and then painstakingly applied all these pine cones. So it has dozens of pine cones that are individually sprig molded and applied in a variety of forms and styles. We have larger pine cones around the midsection, small pine cones at the rim. Some are kind of skinnier in appearance. And we have pine cones represented from the top with the stems exposed. Pine cones that are represented in a whole variety of fashions, even skinny ones here mixed in with the larger ones. And you can see a bunch of different formats on the bottom. We have pine cones from the side, pine cones from the top. Variety of different molds were used to produce this piece. It really is a remarkable object. And as I said, the rim is also decorated, but we also even have on the rim 3 applied loops that have small pine cones attached to them. So this will be hung from a chain from these 3 loops out on a porch. And the original drain hole is in the bottom. And of course the surface has a salt glaze, really nice color. We have a really nice battleship gray color throughout. It's tough to figure out, just how much time it would take to make something like this, to individually mold all those pine cones, stick them all over this piece, and fire it. And so you can tell it's something that he made with a great deal of care and a great deal of admiration for whoever it was made for. This is certainly one of the better examples of this style of ware, this rustic pottery that David Greenland Thompson was producing towards the end of his career, and we're very excited to offer it in our upcoming auction.